Hello guys and welcome back to race day at Shanghai race 3. We are sitting really good. Let's get going and we'll jibber jabber when we get to the track. So qualifying, a genuine shock for me there. As I've, you know, if you've seen the last video, you're going to have heard what I've said a few times. If you haven't, stop the video now, go back, watch the R&D, see the quali, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about here, that our pace was so far off the pace, at, in free practice. I really didn't feel confident going into quali. I thought it was going to be a very hard slog to get out of Q1, and then we seemed to sort of scrape our way through Q1, and then we just found the pace. Sort of the Saturday afternoon session, we had to or Saturday morning, we had to go back, we had to redo the tyre deg testing because the tyre test failed the first time. The quali pace was probably the worst R&D quali pace that we've done so far this season, and the track acclimatisation, to be fair, wasn't good either. So going into Q1, really didn't feel we were going to get much out of it. Yeah, I mean, we really seemed to just pull it out of the bag. Qualified in 6th place, so you know guys, let's stick in that comments bar nice and early. Let's see, where do you think we are going to go from 6th? The last race we come 2nd, and I think we're going to need a lot of luck. Shanghai certainly not on my list of favourite tracks. It's should be the amount that I've raced it, but I'm not a big fan of the circuit. I don't think it suits me very well, my driving style, so I think it's going to be a very challenging race. So the team want us to be knocking on the door of the points, and looking at how the R&D has gone with the car, we should now be looking at regular knocking on them points, you know, knocking on the door for the points. So no real shocks for the sort of top few cars. It's just nice there seeing that we can split them Red Bulls in quali. I don't think at the moment I don't feel like we've got the race pace for it. I think strategy-wise, we're going to have to go for the low tyre management one. We really didn't seem to have a great deal of pace. We didn't seem to have great tyre deg, so I think we're going to have to just see. You know, I think actually saying that, I think we'll start on the high tyre, and then we might just have to change it on the fly. That's the good thing this year, is that that's quite easy to do, to call through, to change the tyres, to sort out what we need to in the race.
We're not seeing any technical issues coming off the practice start. Watch the RPM on a full start. We don't want to bog down.
I think maybe a podium is off the cards today, but my aim is, you know, is to get back in. Danny, is to get back into the points, or back into the points, to stay in the points. And if we can get a good start, maybe get in front of Danny Rick, possibly Vettel. I mean, the Ferraris certainly have been significantly faster than us. Try and get some heat back into these tyres. Not the greatest formation lap. Verstappen starting on the softs as well, so we're going to have the tyre advantage over Max. Maybe that's why we managed to just jump him in Q3. It's maybe where he's thinking about going for a different strategy. I think Sainz looks to be the next car back on the soft tyres. Just sitting here an eternity waiting for the rest of the grid to form up. Looks like the last couple of cars are slowly getting into place now. Go. Oh, really slow to react. Just gonna get messy into turn one as yellow flags. Danny Rick being spun out. K-Mag looking like he may have done quite well off it. There looks to be a fair old pile up at turn one. Okay, so I think at the moment, I think the guys in front of us, they're going to be hard pushed to get in front of. We've got the two Mercedes, the two Ferraris. Nico leading the Ferraris both in front of Lewis in fourth. Young Daniel Kvyat in sixth behind us. I think we should have the pace over the Toro Rosso, so at the moment, pretty much a golden race start. I'm not sure what position Kevin's in, but he looks to be the absolute... I mean, he's dropping back, so we've got 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. So that's K-Mag in 10th at the moment. So at the moment we're sitting strong for another double points haul. Massive gap to the cars behind. Kevin just needing to be clever now, just be sensible, keep the pace, try and keep on to the back of this group. Oh, there's so much carbon fibre sitting in turn one. Vettel making a jump for the first place. Kimi having a little look there. I mean, this could work out really well. If these front cars can keep fighting, then they're going to be losing time hand over fist. It's going to give us the opportunity to just lift onto the back of them. Obviously, if anyone makes a mistake here, we just need to be proper on the game, ready to pounce. The Ferraris have looked pretty good this weekend, so I think there is a good fight in for these podium positions, and hopefully they can make a mistake. And like I say, we're sitting here pretty well placed to pounce. If it's a big one, if it's a teeny tiny mistake, then it might just help just to sort of just to get us that little bit closer and maybe get a look in. Looks like Raikkonen's making a look at Nico there. And Nico and Kimi wheel to wheel. Looked like Kimi might have even been pushed a little bit wide there. So this is exactly what we want to see. Kvyat going in, trying the undercut on us. Lapped cars on lap 3 just shows exactly what happens. Now let's see how Codemasters have sorted this out. Not too bad. Gutierrez, not as fine as he has been in the past. He was a real gent at, was it Australia? Not being quite so generous today. But again, he's going to sit there quite nicely to just hold maybe Danny Rick back a little bit. Okay, so lap 3, it's quite early. We're going to go on to the mediums. I think we can take them comfortably 11 laps.
Okay, we're ready for you. Box this lap.
We are going to box. Gutierrez holding Danny Rick back for... Well, sorry, not Danny Rick, that's Massa. Holding Massa on that back quite well. I think it must be that he's held back. Danny Rick has got jumped by Felipe.
Confirmed pit crew were already wet tyres for exit.
No, set mediums. I'm going to have to stay out. Set mediums. Oh my god, that has shot us proper in the foot. Wanting to pit there, but getting a little bit jittery because... Oh, come on, Gutierrez, you're being lapped, man. Blue flags. Come on. Confirm change.
Copy that.
Oh, Gutierrez, I'm going to get out and slap you in a minute, son. You're lapped. Just get out of the way. But the voice recognition putting us onto inters or full wets, whatever it was.
There's a puncture in the front left.
Tyres gone.
We're considering switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to plan A?
Confirm change.
Understood. Copy that.
And we knew the tyres were gone. We needed to pit the last lap, but I just couldn't pit with it right on the sort of pit entrance. Putting me on a wet tyres, just weren't time to make the change. So we are going to need to drive like the Clapper is. Absolute nightmare.
Complete. Go now.
The race to be blown by voice recognition. Just what you love to see.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Okay, so they've still got to fight another teammate in that, so,
Okay, here's who we're really fighting.
well, I didn't say anything, did I?
Magnussen.
I think that needs to be sorted out a little bit. It's, you know, you sit there with your mouth shut and all of a sudden it's like you've said weather update or whatever, and it's just sort of, you're just not getting time to sort of look and go, oh, that's the one I want.
Look after these
Teammate.
tyres now.
I didn't say pit stop, for God's sake. Teammate. And then when you do it, it does like, nah, I'm not talking to you, no, no, no. I'll ignore you, I've spoken enough. Jeffrey, go sleep. Fuel information. Okay, so we've got a lap of extra fuel. Some more debris in turn 1. seems to be the absolute hot spot for incidences today. Okay, so we're going to reach mix for a couple of laps, just try and close the door to these guys in front of us. Okay, Kevin's in the pit, so we really need to get a shifty on. We're going to be on sort of a couple of laps older tyres than Kevin.
Kevin has come into the pits. Kevin in the pits now.
Go back on the standard. I don't want to be fuel saving later in the race. We've got a little bit of spare. Okay, we're starting to draw Ericsson in, setting a couple of laps of these tyres to really come to life, but you feel like they're doing good now. The hardest thing is obviously this year the AI are so much more punchy, so it's all well and good catching up, but getting past them is not as easy as it has been in the past. Ooh. Definitely significantly faster than this Sauber, but I think hopefully we might have just snuck into DRS this lap. No. Did get the second DRS zone though.
Our teammate is 8.8 seconds.
Trying to hold him out through on the outside. Gonna slot back in.
5 laps of fuel remaining.
We were always gonna have that. Nice little fight though. Again, just showcasing how well Codemasters have done the AI this year. They will squeeze you out. They will hold their lines. Most of the time. But you're never quite sure how they're going to attack you, which just adds for some incredible racing. Okay, we're just going to go back on that rich mix for a couple of laps if we can. Just run all of the excess fuel out.
Conditions should remain dry. We will keep you informed of any changes to the weather.
It gives us the option after this to pick a rival. I've no idea who to pick really as a rival.
Lots of fuel remaining. Gap to car in front is 5.2 seconds. We think there's a viable strategy change available to us. Would you like to keep to the current plan or try the new one? Okay, some information on Gutierrez. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
I think Gutierrez is in front of... No, he can't be in front of Bottas. Gutierrez was miles behind. Keep... We're pulling away lovely from Ericsson. We're just not pulling Bottas in at all.
We're considering switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to plan A?
No, Jeff, stay where we are. Can't pit now. If the tyre explodes, the tyre explodes. We're going to get hit hard enough after this round. You know, we're going to be outraced by Kevin. We're not going to achieve our target. The only good thing is we should hopefully maintain above 16th in the driver's title.
Pressure has gone in the front left. You have a puncture in the front left tyre. We think there's a viable strategy change available to us. Would you like to keep to the current plan or try the new one?
Well, puncture after puncture.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining.
As much as Kimi's out of the race. Just retire the car, boys. I think we will. You can't. There's no option to just to retire it. So we're gonna have to keep going, even though there's no point really now. We're gonna finish right at the very back. They've cleared Kimi's car now, so we take 16th back. But I mean, in total, that's a 10 place. 10 places we've lost this race. Yeah, I mean, a terrible result. I think we've actually now just run out of fuel. So 2 punctures.
I guess it can't all go to plan.
We ran out of fuel.
What happened in the debrief?
So another fantastic victory.
What do we say to that? I mean,
Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint.
Yeah,
Over
I'm genuinely lost for words.
Gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix.
So Mercedes still having a dominant start for the season. Nico having the better start so far to Lewis, I think.
And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a good result for Nico Rosberg.
K-Mag finishing out of the points. Rio's time penalty still not enough for us to overtake him.
I'm going to say Jenson Button. People always say he's a
And then
really smooth
Kimi
driver,
and
but this he's shown
Max
here
both
today, that's not at the
DNFs.
expense of speed or overtaking skill.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors'
So the driver's
Championship.
title, we dropped down, we're now 6th.
It was great
And only a point in front of Max. I don't think Max is the viable championship rival. I think the results this season have been a little bit out. I think, to be honest, I would probably say maybe Kvyat or Roman. And constructors-wise, we're sitting still solid in 5th, ahead of Force India, falling a little bit behind Williams. How was the driver's top? Yeah, it's Nico top, Lewis moving up to 4th. So yeah, I mean, it's a disappointing weekend. But we've racked up a few extra R&D points. This is gonna probably end up -1. So we'll be at 9. And nothing great to finish the end of the weekend. So yeah, a disappointing weekend all round, to be honest. The weekend didn't start well with free practice. It picked up through quali, but I think we're definitely going to need to keep our eye on the tyre wear a lot more on them high deck circuits. We knew going into the race that our tyre management was poor, and we did nothing about it, and that cost us. That cost us points today. There's no two ways about it. I think that was totally a decision that we messed up. You know, if we'd have pitted when we were told to, we'd still finished in the same position.
Do you get failures on this game?
Yes, you do. There has been a few failures in the game. But yeah, I'm going to end it there. Go to the next weekend. So thank you for watching. We'll try and rebuild it from there. If you have enjoyed, please hit that like, hit that subscribe. It helps our channel out, it helps us grow, keeps you up to date with what we're doing. Follow us on Twitter at OneUsGaming, at OneUsGaming Extra, on Instagram at OneUsGaming, on Facebook at OneUsGaming Official, and online at www.oneusgaming.co.uk. Cheers guys, I will see you later. Bye bye.